Well, hi there, and welcome to Hey, What's Next? Today we're going to look at this, the 10-inch LED ring light with tripod from LAX, or is it LAX? Yeah, either way, this was a recent retail find I couldn't pass up, and for $10, how could I? Today we are going to open up the box, see what's included, set it up, and see how well it works. Ultimately, will this fit into my video production workflow? This is what's next. This is the LAX 10-inch LED with tripod ring light. As you can see here, we have this stock photo, I'm sure, along with the ring light, the mounted phone. We can see over here to the side that we just have, some information regarding the ring light again. Over here, it keeps saying light controller and long cable with a USB plug. So we'll check that out. Here's the back of the box. Different color modes, some examples. Now again, everything here, people are kind of doing makeup or whatnot. That's not what I'll be using this for. This will be for my show here that we're watching. So I think right now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this. I have my box cutter here. We're just going to go ahead. I have not looked at this already. So we want to make certain that this is a surprise for you and me. So what do we get? We open this up and we have our first item here. I'm going to assume that is our tripod. Take out that piece of cardboard. And then in here is another box with the ring light. Okay, so we don't need this box anymore. That was basically it. All right, so we're gonna hold off on this and set that back here for right now. And what we really wanna know is what's the quality of this little guy right here, right? It's a tripod. There is not much weight to it at all. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna open this up. And there you go. So that's what the tripod looks like. Looks like it's a standard one that I've seen for other light stands, but just a smaller version of it. And we're gonna go ahead and throw that over here. And if we do this and I unloosen it, what does this look like? Having a hard time getting it open. That is not easy. And there we go. Lock that into place. So we have metal. This is a plastic instruction here, but not sure how good that's going to be. I'm pressing down on it and you can see that it just falls apart. But that's okay. I have other light stands. I'm not really worried so much about this piece with the tripod. I'm more worried about how well the light works. So we're already crimping the metal right there, screwing it too tight. So maybe some rubber feet on the bottom might work a little bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and collapse that back down. And as we can see, we can just do this. And technically we could probably just set it up like that. How's that look? All right, good enough. Let's move that off to the side. Now the piece de resistance. This is our LED ring light. We again have 3 color modes, brightness, dimmable. Now there's no battery in this as far as I know. So we'll be using this battery from Power Add, 12,000 milliamps. I'm gonna set that off to the side. We still have some of this. Luckily there's no tape. This should just pop right out. And I know I've seen these at other stores just by itself. Not necessarily this packaging, but this style light. So nothing new there. And all sorts of things are falling out. Okay. So here's the light. And as we can tell right here, we have our controls. So So I don't know if you can see those. So it looks like brightness, dim, on, and then probably the color changing. The buttons, yeah, they're not bad. I mean, there you go. We have an instruction booklet on how to set this up. This is for the tripod itself. And then this will be for the phone, which I'm assuming this will go like so. I probably have to take this off. Put that in here. I'm going to assume that that goes in there. Yep, just like that. Okay, and it kind of angles, and this gets screwed in like so. This piece here comes undone. Well, actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and let's see how this looks. We're gonna go ahead and undo this. It's a fairly long cable. I do have to admit that that is not bad at all. So let's go ahead and plug this in. I have it plugged in. And will this power on? Aha! We do have it. And that looks like that's about as bright as it goes. There we go. That's as low as it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be the brightness, and then you should be able to go through the coloring. Okay, well, so far so good. Let's get this hooked up to the tripod and do some testing. So as you can see, we have the phone is already put into place. It's about, I don't know, about 4 inches from the back of this. It does wobble, as you can see. As long as it's steady, that might work. We're gonna do a test here in a few moments. Again, we can turn that on. And then there is our light, and it's working. And again, we can try the different colors. So that also seems to be working. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a test with Chewbacca, and we're gonna see how well this works with the different light settings and not use any of the other staging light that we have up. All right, let's try Chewbacca and let's take some video of him. So as you can see, we have Chewbacca set up and ready for his shots, his glamour shots. We're using, again, the 10-inch LED ring light from Wax. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna play around real quick with just some of the settings using the controls. So the camera is pointed to the iPhone. The iPhone is recording the information from Chewbacca, or the angle of Chewbacca right here. I did notice that this does light up. I don't know if you could see that. I've dimmed the lights in the room. So here we go. We're going to go turn it on, and we're going to see what he looks like. And so, of course, there's going to be some glare. If I turn him sideways, that might make him a little bit better. There you go. So we got no light, some light, right? That's there's a bulb that's right up here. So again, we'll turn that on. Okay. So he's actually, fairly well lit. We can go ahead and we'll turn down the bulb so we can adjust it. So actually not too bad. It does seem to be brightening him up. We'll cycle the lights. So there's kind of a yellowish light. And again, if we go in, and that's more of the bluish light, so depending on the environment and your white balance setting, I'm gonna go back to the daylight. And so I'm going to say that this was a pretty good success. Yeah, I agree. Oh, hi there. I was just discussing this with Chewbacca here, and we both agree that for $10, this ring light setup isn't half bad. While the light stand is a little on the cheap side with the materials and construction, I'm not going to say that this isn't usable. However, I wouldn't tear it down and set it up too often. As for the ring light, you know what? It worked rather well. A big plus for me is the ability to use an external power source instead of a built-in rechargeable battery. that's a bonus point for me. Will I use it in my video workflow? Sure, I'll definitely find a need for it. So what is my score? I give it 3 out of 5 stars. Well, that wraps up this episode. If you enjoyed this, be sure to click the like button. And if you want the channel to appear in your video feed, click the subscribe button. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Hey, What's Next?